Hi, Gary Smith. Let's look at a quick overview of RehabK's BidPro. This software is for consultants and contractors. So let's jump right down here to the tabs. Notice at the bottom of the page we have all the brown or for your forming your bid. It also allows you to present a cover sheet and a summary. We have a support tab, an admin tab, a job setup tab, and a calculator tab is the one we're on. It's just a fairly simple calculator. It's allow you to offer your client a pretty fairly close idea of their payment. This repair budget cell will auto populate as you build your bid, so you can come back to that one and look at that later. The job setup tab is for base information, client, lender, and consultant information. Any of your costs that are allowed at closing are entered here. These costs are typically not included in the work write-up or over in your brown tabs over here. So building permit fees are typically paid at closing. Engineers fees, things of that nature would go here. An area to keep basic information about the house. When you're doing your measuring, you might want to just keep this as a cheat sheet area. Admin sheet is a job overview where you can also set your profit margin, your draws, or your not necessarily your profit margin, but certainly your margin on your markup. Your contingency reserve area here, and there are some pop-ups here to explain what those what these sheets are about. We have a job overview, a job draw, and the change order sheet. So on the and that's the admin sheet. So on the support tab, we have some really fantastic links which take you to takes you out to the internet and places. So if you are on the job, you don't have internet access, these might not work, but there are some great support, some great help tab. On the cover sheet tab, we'll brand this particular your software to you, so we can change this logo out. This would be your cover sheet. Your summary sheet would be a breakdown of your materials and labor and the total, and then whatever you put in this job setup tab here will populate over on the cover sheet, on the summary sheet. So this tab is not writable. As you can see, we don't have any white areas. Any of the white areas can be typed into. Any of the colored areas, colored background, are read only. So let's jump over to the masonry tab, and the first tab on the 35 category for HUD is masonry. So at this point, if you had information for your bid, you would have pull down for your area if it's in the study, and we have some particular description for materials, and you would just basically enter your quantity, the cost, and our information is set here. If on our admin sheet, we can jump over here to set our profit margin at 10%, and then jump back to our masonry. We can see our profit margin is labeled here at 10%, and it's auto populated. So if we want to override that 10% and we want to charge this particular line item 5% or 15%, so let's go up 15 here. Now we're overriding the 10% profit margin for this particular category for masonry material. Masonry labor is added down here. So let's say if your profit margin was greater on labor than it was on material, and you put 1 at some number here, as you can see, it's your total is a little different based on the profit margin. So we'll delete this out real quick and see that they're both the same, and it is calculated on the 10%, which again is set in your admin area. We set that to 15 now. Jump over to masonry, and we'll see now that it is 15%. So we have a menu here of the 35 categories, we just jumped 2, so we can jump to decorating. As you can see, we have decorating here. Jump to siding. So you're building your bid at this point. This sheet is a mirror image of this sheet. The only difference is it has totals without your profit showing. So this is what prints and gives and is handed out to the borrower. So let's drop back over here to masonry, where we have a little data in it. So we can see 1265, 1265. We'll dial over. Same here. And now we've written something in our notes. So if we're doing something else, and as we enter, something else is right here. So what this is a notes section. So let's look and see how that prints out. And this would be our masonry sheet to print. You have 35 of those tabs to cover the entire job. Once your job is done, this fills out, allows you to track draws,